What's the first thing you think of when somebody mentions Scotland? Haggis? Kilts? Bagpipes? These are answers you'd think most people would give, right? Well, despite the stereotypes, Scotland is well known for a lot of things. One of which being its myths and urban legends. Recently, I've taken an interest in researching and learning about urban legends from around the world, and thought it'd be a good idea to make a series of videos where I share with you some of the best ones I've found. What better place to start this series off than with the country where I spent the majority of my childhood? So, without further ado, here are 5 terrifying Scottish urban legends. Number 5. The Kelpie. The first entry on this list, although not exclusive to Scotland in regards to where they are said to have been sighted, is still firmly engraved into the country's folklore. So much so that there is a 30-metre high statue depicting the heads of 2 of the creatures in Grangemouth, 3 miles to the east of Falkirk. Kelpies, otherwise known as water horses, are shapeshifter horse-like creatures which lure unsuspecting prey to the water's edge by emitting a cry similar to that of a human female scream. Once close enough, the Kelpie will charge or lunge at their victim in an attempt to force them into the water, where they can drag them under and drown them. It is said that the only way to survive against a Kelpie is to assert dominance over it by grabbing its reins and tearing the bridle from its back. Number 4. The Mackenzie Poltergeist. According to local legend, the mausoleum in Edinburgh's ancient Greyfriars Kirkyard houses a not-so-welcoming resident, a vengeful and violent poltergeist. This is none other than the ghost of Sir George Mackenzie, a savage Lord Advocate who gained the nickname Bloody Mackenzie because of the number of people he had tortured and killed. Visitors to the mausoleum have reported leaving with injuries and scratches, and even having things thrown at their heads. Number 3. The Arthur's Seat Coffin Effigies. In the summer of 1836, a horrific discovery was made by a group of boys who were out hunting rabbits on Arthur's Seat, the main peak of the group of hills which make up the majority of Holyrood Park in Edinburgh. It is said that the boys stumbled across a small cave and decided to explore. Once inside, they found 17 miniature coffins, with what looked to be tiny effigies of humans inside. To this day, no one can be quite sure what these effigies are meant to represent, and even more disturbingly, who put them there in the first place. However, some believe they were created to commemorate the 17 victims of the notorious Edinburgh murderers and grave robbers William Burke and William Hare. Number 2. Sawney Bean. The tales of Sawney Bean are ones that have been a substantial part of Scottish folklore since the 16th century, and once you learn why, I doubt you'll be surprised. Sawney Bean is said to have been the leader of a clan of incestuous cannibals who resided in a network of caves in the region of East Lothian, where they were thought to have slept on rugs made from the skin of their victims. The iniquitous group were alleged to have murdered and assumingly consumed over 1,000 people before they were finally executed by King James. Number 1. The Loch Ness Monster. Finally, undoubtedly the most recognisable entry on this list. Often, but not exclusively described as large in size with a long neck and one or more humps protruding from the water, the Loch Ness Monster has been the figurehead of Scottish folklore for as long as most people can remember. Nessie has also been a driving force behind tourism in Scotland, with over 200,000 people coming from overseas each year to visit Loch Ness, hoping to catch a glimpse of the creature. Being such a prominent figure in the country's mythology, it's understandable that Old Nessie has been the subject of countless hoaxes over the years, as people set to prove the creature's existence with alleged photo evidence and tales of encounters. Despite being by far the most tame entry on this list, the Loch Ness Monster had to take top spot because of the sheer amount of hysteria and recognition the legend has gained, not just in Scotland, but worldwide. I really hope you guys enjoyed this different style of video from me, and want to see more like it in the future. If you do, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and maybe let me know what urban legends you want me to explore next in the comments section below. Thanks once again for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you in a while.